Hello, everybody. It's a shout out Saturday. It's another episode. And before we get started, I just want to point out that I deliberately put these smaller decals that I've reordered. This one is a little more costly. I can get more bang for my buck with these smaller ones. I was worried about what the detail was going to look like. And I'm very happy with the smaller ones, so I'll be able to get more decals and get more sent out to different people. So anyway, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to do a little bit different this week. So please bear with me, and sorry, I'm adjusting the tripod here. Bear with me. So I'm going to get started, and the you can see I've reduced the numbers, and it's done for a reason. On this side is the older channels I've already been watching for a long time, and so I'm going to get on with talking about this. This is some newer channels that I've been watching, and this is something new I'm going to do periodically, not every week, maybe like once a month or whatever, about sub-channels to some other larger channels. All right, so I'm going to get on with the show here. I love In the Kitchen with Gina Young. She's really, really an amazing person. She does oh my God, I told you, every time I talk about or watch any type of cooking video or anything like that, I just salivate. And her presence in front of the camera is just so good. And all her recipe videos they're high quality, very detailed. She pumps out a lot of content. She has a lot of followers. So I'm just going to tell you briefly about Gina. Her name's Gina Young. Obviously, you can see that right here. She has 1.2 thousand videos out. 1,200 videos, over 1,200 videos, and she's doing amazing things. She has 947,000 subscribers. And the one thing I just realized, I apologize for this. Usually I tell you where these people are located. Some of these I will know. I will not know all of them. So I just that's my error, and we're going to move on. So anyway, Gina Young does amazing things. She's just, oh my gosh, I'm so proud for people like that that can work so hard, following their passion and then make good things happen. I mean, she's really so close to 1 million subscribers. I don't know what YouTube does for you I know it's a different financial level, I'm sure. And I know you get a different type of plaque, but she needs to be really followed. I mean, if you're looking to do something different for your family, like a recipe or something, you're going to find it on her channel. Always smiling, always very happy and upbeat. So definitely follow Gina Young. And now I'm going to move on to number 2. This is probably the most different type of YouTube channel that I ever talked about, but I really do like it. It's called Concrete. It's a one of those video podcasts, and I do not know the names of the people that hosted, but I will tell you their variety is just unbelievable. They will talk to like ex-mafia members, and they'll talk to remember, I don't know if you guys have it in your area, but in our area there's radio commercials now about it's called Title Lock, how you can protect your home title from being swindled. And they did a lot of stuff with a guy named Matthew Cox. Matthew Cox actually did a very, very good job on this series, and he's always reoccurring on this series, but he doesn't sugarcoat anything. He did his time. He tells you what he did wrong, not what he did wrong, but he confesses his crimes and tells you exactly how he did that. But there's so many things. There's people on here that talk about like UFOs and just the craziest stuff. It's such a wide variety of types of videos you're going to see. I shouldn't say videos, but more like interviews, during their video podcast. Very, very interesting topics. So I know they had a guy on there. I forget the gentleman's name off the top of my head, but he was like one of the presidents of the Hells Angels, and he has a very popular YouTube channel. His name escapes me right now, but just a lot of wide variety of things you're going to see on that podcast channel. So anyway, check out Concrete. If you like looking for diversity and different type of topics, that's a good one to follow. All right, so here, I tell you guys, you're going to see some trends here. Obviously, like I tell you every week, I love eating and I love cooking. So Arnie Tex, that's another great channel. This just blows my mind when I see people. He only has 70 videos out, but he has 57.2 thousand subscribers, over 57,000 subscribers, and he does amazing videos. I remember I was doing some research on this guy probably a month or two ago, and he was talking about what to do if you want to enter a cooking competition and stuff like that. Basically, he had a lot of advice. Basically, he said was what you want to do is before you enter a cooking competition as a contestant, you should be a judge first. And just a lot of cool content. He was saying that you can learn more by judging the competition than you can by actually cooking a competition when you're getting started for that competition cooking. So once again, he has over 57,000 subscribers, 70 videos. I do believe he's in Texas. Anyway, so now we're going to move on to some of the newer channels that I've discovered, and this is definitely like a mix of things. I'm going to tell you and explain why. I have followed a website called Animated Knots by Grog for many years, probably at least 10 years. And what they will do is they show all types of like camping, sailing, boating knots, fishing knot, every kind of knot category you can imagine, they're going to show it. But I discovered recently that they have a YouTube. I know they had done some YouTube videos. I just never really had recently, until recently subscribed to their YouTube videos. But one thing I like about their website, when you go click on a category, like say it's camping or fishing knots or whatever, when you look at the lower screen on that, it's going to look like a picture. Like, I'm going to use this as an example. Picture like you have a flat line here, and it almost looks like a speedometer, and you're going to have little lines, and you'll see an arrow. Once you click on whatever video you're going to watch to show you a knot, the arrow, the speedometer meter looking thing is going to be pointing directly at 12 o'clock. So what you can do is you can click that back. I'm very much a visual learner. When I like to do any type of learning, I do better than trying to read and comprehend. I definitely visualization works way better for me. So what you can do is you can click it back down to the lowest setting, like it would be the lowest speed if it was a speedometer, and then it's going to show you each knot that you're clicking on and want to learn about frame by frame. So I really like that. The YouTube channel is good. What they the animated knots, what they do, but it's a little bit faster. It doesn't slow it. You don't have the option on their YouTube channel to slow it down frame by frame, but it's really good, really good. They have 184 videos as of right now and 61,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. So their YouTube channel is great, and their website is also very, very good. It's Animated Knots. It's called by Grog, BYGROG, and I forget how it's listed exactly, but if you just Google Animated Knots by Grog, you'll find their website, and you'll be able to see all their different variety of knots and check it out at a slower pace. You can speed up the speed of the frames. You can make it on fast speed, if you're that much more intelligent than me, but you'll really like that. I do like that because, outdoors, you can have fishing knots, camping knots, sailing knots, I'm not really a big sailor or anything like that. Actually, I'm not a sailor at all, but there's a lot of different categories. You'll like that. All right, so now I'm moving on to the next category, not the next category, but the next listing here on this newer channel. And this is, I don't know how to make this. This channel is probably the best produced channel I've seen in years. I kid you not. I'm not lying to you. They're located in Pennsylvania, and basically almost all the videos are one or two of the daughters doing the videos. I think the one daughter who does most of the work, her name's Gracie, and the younger daughter her name's Sadie. And I think Gracie's like 18 or 19, and Sadie is about a year behind her in age. But oh my God, they are so well informed. They talk to you about everything A to Z. It's not just about logging; it's about cutting firewood. I watched some videos recently where they're started to venture off into doing like potting soil, some for like vegetable gardens, some for flower gardens, all different types of categories and stuff that they're really into. But they will break down to you like all kinds of stuff. It's just amazing. Like they'll talk to you about different types of like wood mills that they have on their property, different types of equipment. It's just really, really, I'm going to use the term, badass, because they are so well informed and they present it so well. So I definitely encourage you to watch that channel. They have 192 videos, and they're sitting at 368,000 subscribers. So that tells you, what kind of following they do have. So I do remember it's funny, the young lady, Gracie, who's usually doing most of the videos, she always talks about the boss wants it done this way. The boss wants it done this way. And it's so funny because her father is the boss, but you never hear her say, like, Dad wants it done this way. It's always the boss. It's so funny. Just how, it's almost like a dig, but it's still very well presented professionally. So it's kind of interesting. There was one video she talked about. I forget how long. I want to say it was like 8 or 9 months ago. They did a video about the one event that changed their lives, and in this one part of, I guess that they're not too far from a river, and basically it's how they were flooded. It was almost like a Hurricane Katrina type episode, but it was in Pennsylvania near this river, and nobody was coming to the help of these there was the two daughters, and there was, I don't know if the son was born at that. I don't think the son was born yet. I know the son wasn't born at that time because he's a lot younger. I do forget the son's name. I apologize, but the father basically goes through literally hell and high water to save them, and all the stories about how he saved his two daughters, just amazing. Basically, he called out a whole bunch of people that were, had a boat ready to go, and there was, like, I forget what they said, like 5 or 6 people that were there, and nobody wanted to take on the journey because they thought it was going to be life threatening for them. And another man did help out, the boss. And so very, very cool channel, a lot of interesting information to be had there. And it'll just make you look at life and YouTube in a whole different perspective. It's just very good channel. I kind of feel like I'm kind of rambling, but so now I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna try and do more of this every week. As the few people that are watching know that I'm a very small channel, and I came across this guy's channel recently. His name's John. I'm not sure if I pronounce it Busey or Bussy, but what I love seeing channels like this, because this guy has basically like 99% of his content has been in the last 6 months. And he does a lot of gardening. You can tell he has like some type of farm, small farm or a homestead. But what I want to do as a YouTuber is I want to give people a hand up. Like he probably knows more about YouTube than I do, but he's only has 34 subscribers, but he's got 29 videos. So, and I think 28 of the 29 videos have been in the last 6 months. I think he had one older video like about 4 years ago. But anyway, so let's help each other out. Let's help people, climb the ladder. I know, like I try to be mindful, and I don't always want to cling on to like big channels with a bunch of subscribers, and I don't want to be a Klingon. I don't want to be like, I don't want to kiss butt, to get ahead. But so I'm going to try and help out some other smaller channels, even though I'm a small channel. It could be, this guy could have 500 subscribers or 1,000, or he could have 22. It doesn't matter to me. If I see a good channel out there working and hustling, I'm gonna try and help lift them up, get them to a goal. Give them some, exposure, the best I can with my little following that I have. All right, now I'm going to move on and tell you about this. This is something different. Like I'm going to do periodically. These are some of the sub channels to bigger, larger channels. So I'm very much infatuated, like many other people, with the Crockers. A lot of people know the Crockers. There's Jason Crocker. There's Jared Crocker. There's there's Matt Crocker. There's a whole slew of them. The father and the wife. There's just a bunch of different channels. So what I'm going to talk about today is the Crocker life. This is a sub channel to the Crockers. And what occurs here is the, hold on one second. Sorry, I was getting a stuffy nose there. I had to take care of that. So anyway, the Crocker life, Jason Crocker, he has the main the Crocker channel, and he has a boatload of subscribers. I mean, he's doing very, very well for himself. I want to say, like, just, I haven't checked lately, but I want to say Jason Crocker has, with, the Crockers, he probably has 300 subscribers. I don't know the exact count, but I know he has a couple of videos that have gone over 1 million views apiece. So he's very good at editing, but his fiance her name is Danielle. So what they have done, when they kind of got together over a year ago, they had a channel called Crockers Off the Clock. So that was pretty much Danielle's channel. So I'm going to, for all, I don't know her last name, but she's, going to be Danielle Crocker. So I'm always going to refer to her as Danielle Crocker. But so the Crocker Life, they rebranded the old channel to Crocker Life because it fits, it's more appropriate, and they're doing great things. Danielle is a full-time nurse. She works at a hospital, and she's in Oklahoma as well. That's where the other ranch is located and stuff like that. So they do a lot of behind the scenes type activities with four-wheelers, the pigs, the goats, the chicken, a little bit about everything. They're just, it's funny. They mix it up a lot. It's more like an informal channel, and it's not so much like building like on when you get on the Crockers. So I will tell you a little bit about that channel. It's I would say, like I said, it's less than a year old, maybe a year old, and they have 168 videos, and she has 20,700 subscribers as of right now. That's her channel. She manages that. Danielle Crocker, soon to be Crocker, manages that channel. She's the boss lady on that channel. So I encourage you guys to check that out if you already don't know about it. I'm going to move on to the next one. I've already talked about Simple Life Reclaimed. That's what SLR stands for right here. This is a sub-channel they have started, I'd say, in the last, 30 or 40 days. I don't know the exact time period, but it's run by Mel and Gary. And they live on 41.36 acres. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Basically, what they do on this sub-channel, they answer a lot of questions or talk about little issues or whatever. And on their main channel, they're basically doing a lot of building and showing you what's going on at their homestead. But this is more like an informal channel once again, and they're going to just tell you, or answer questions, or people, shoot some negative comments in there. Whatever. They're just going to address a lot of comments. So they only have, like I said, they're very new. And I forget how, I think they do this. I don't think they do this every day. I think they do it every other day or something like that. But they have 30 videos right now, and they're already at 5,560 subscribers. So, check them out. Mel and Gary, they're just really nice people, just so down to earth, so country, hard working people, and you're not going to get a better couple to follow. So we're moving on to the last category here. Not the last category, but the last mention, and this is Come On, Keeping It Real. I've already talked about Come On Homestead. I think I told you Crocker Life was in Oklahoma. These folks are in Arkansas. Same with Come On Keeping It Real. Come On Homestead is the main channel, and Come On Keeping It Real, he'll just do more like the same type of thing these guys are doing. They're real good friends. They live real close to each other. They help each other out on projects. And so basically, he's just going to answer a lot of questions, show you some behind the scenes stuff. He has a little, I think it's called a Husky or Alaskan Malamute, one of those type dogs, little puppy that's growing up and just so cute. He named his dog Eclipse, and it's just a lot of little things like that. But he has 29 videos and 5,640 subscribers already on this This is just a sub channel. So, I'm not even at like 150 subscribers yet, and these people are banging out sub channels left and right, doing very well. I'm not upset. I'm proud of these people. All these people here are putting in the work. So, he has very good editing skills. I know Mel on this channel, Real Talk with SLR. She has mad skills. Crocker Life. Danielle has learned a lot from Jason. Jason has mad skills. I don't know much about this fella, but I know he's putting in the work. These folks, Gracie and Sadie, obviously they have mad skills, and then these other channels are doing very well. Like Gina, she's off the charts with her skills, and she must have a full-time employee for editing and stuff like that. But anyway, so that's this week's shout out. I didn't intend to ramble as long as I did, but I felt it was important to get you this information. I'm going to put, some shout outs to them, by their @ symbols tomorrow. And I'm filming this on Friday evening. It's going to be released on Saturday. And this is shout out episode number 6, I do believe. So thanks for tuning in. And if you have any comments about any of these channels, whether you like them or dislike them, or different thoughts, I'm all for it. If you want to suggest other channels for a shout out, definitely hit me up. Thank you, folks, and have a great weekend.